or IBD. Okay, so they constitute the largest border. Say for example, this is a cell and this is another cell, and these are the cells in a tissue, and these cells, they require food and oxygen to survive. That means this tissue is supplied by a capillary which brings about glucose for its energy, oxygen to burn the food, and sends out the carbon dioxide and other metabolic waste into the same blood circulation. Okay, so this is our internal environment. The quality of nutrients that are present depends directly upon the health of the digestive system, both the structure, integrity of the structure of the digestive system, as well as integrity of the function of the digestive system. If we know the structure and the function of digestive system and how it is designed, then we understand how it is being attacked, which structure is under attack. That we can easily understand. Now let us see and try to understand this concept of border, right, from external environment to internal environment. Let's say this is our external environment, food, and we use an example of a foreigner coming into our country, that is our body or our blood circulation or our internal environment, and this is our border. Digestive system is our border. So how do a foreigner come into our country? Either he has to fly, right? So by air or by sea or by road. So all the roads are governed by BSF people. Yes, BSF is called paramilitary. We have military and paramilitary. CASF, CRPF and BSF, all these IDPP, BP, all of them are called paramilitary. This paramilitary guards our border. So they control who is supposed to come inside, whether they have valid identity and papers to enter into our country. If he is coming into our country, they make a note of it. Similarly, in airports and seaports, we have something known as another paramilitary called CASF. Now, if this is our body, right, and this is our small intestine, and from small intestine the nutrients are supposed to enter from small intestine into our blood vessel. So we don't know what kind of nutrients or pathogens or toxins are going to enter into our blood circulation. Now, to prevent that, we need a strong defense mechanism inside our intestines, from where actually the absorption takes place. That is the reason why we have something known as Peyer's patches, right? So if you look at the structure of intestine, so these are villi, and below that we have this mucosal layer, and above that another submucosa, and finally we have both longitudinal and circular muscularis muscles, and finally it is covered by one connective tissue known as serosa. Okay, so the primary focus here is the intestines. From here, this is the food. Okay, let's say this is the lumen, say this is the tube, and we are looking at the internal structure of the intestine. Here is the food, the processed food, almost like we have carbohydrate, proteins and fats. All of them are waiting here. They need to be absorbed into the blood circulation, right? So for that to happen, here the body requires a strong defense mechanism. So the digestive tract is having something known as GALT. GALT means gut associated lymphatic tissue. It is lymphatic tissue associated with what? Gut associated. So the point I am trying to make here is, we have a strong defense mechanism. We all know lymphocytes are part of our white blood cells responsible for maintaining immunity. That means protection against any kind of infection. So we have strong basis of this lymphoid collection of lymphoid tissue in the intestines, which is known as Peyer's patches. So we can simply study that, okay, small intestine contains Peyer's patches. So what is the point? What is the applied anatomy here? Why the Peyer's patches? Okay. Second thing, we have heard a lot about, so to conclude this point, what I mean to say is, our immune system's presence is highest. Our immune system presence is highest in our gut. That means the digestive system, because the entry of foreign substances, the chances of entry of foreign substances is huge through our digestive system. If the defense in our digestive system is not strong enough, okay, defense system is not strong enough, the chances are unwanted bacteria or unhealthy bacteria or toxins, they all may gain entry into our system and may cause infections or sickness. So to prevent that, we have a strong immune system lining the digestive tract. Okay, so this is the functional anatomy aspect of